I've been with cats for about 3 years. Became involved because my 2 children are desperate to be involved in acting. So I used to take them down, and then eventually I got roped in to part of one of the panto crew, really. So that's how it started. I love the camaraderie backstage. That's my favourite bit, actually. I'm always super nervous. I can never remember lines. I've always got them written on my hand. I love it all the same. Favourite is Blood Brothers, Billy Russell Finest. It's just really raw, and I grew up in Liverpool, so that's also sort of part of it as well. Just my absolute fave. And a recent one is Jamie the Musical, that I've seen a couple of times. Love it. I can't tell you what I love about it. It's just everything. Just makes you forget about, you know, your humdrum life. It's a bit of escapism. It just makes you feel euphoric afterwards and just puts a smile on your face. I miss it. One, I'm the eldest of 10 children, and the other fact is that I used to race walk. So I used to run half marathons with my dad and one of my sisters, and then I got a bit fed up of the running, and then I went to race walking. So I've just retrained as a teacher, teach children who are age 6 years old, so year 2. I love it. It's tiring, but I've made the right move, I think. This monologue is about a bored middle-aged Liverpool housewife who dreams of travelling, but her marriage ties and family ties just get in the way. Wait till he finds out he's getting chips and eggs for tea tonight. Well, it's Thursday, isn't it? And Thursdays it has to be steak. It's the 11th commandment, isn't it? Moses declared it. Thou shalt give thy fellow steak every Thursday, and if thou doesn't, thy fellow will have one big gob on him all night long. What will he be like, Wall? What will he be like when he finds out he's having chips and egg for tea tonight? Well, you know what? I wouldn't even mind. It wasn't even my fault about the steak. I gave it the dog. You know, the dog at the place I work. Well, it's a bloodhound, you see. And it's this couple I work for. They're vegans. You know, part of the vegetarian lunatic fringe. Well, the Marmite tendency, I call them. Well, they brought up this bloodhound as a vegetarian. I mean, it's not natural, is it? If God wanted to create a vegetarian dog, he would not have called it a bloodhound. He'd have called it something like, you know, I don't know, a grape juice hound or something. Anyway, this dog is a bloodhound and it needs its meat. Well, it was just an impulse, really. I just looked at its face and I looked at the £1.50 of steak in my bag and I just thought it was worth it. It's worth what I'd have to put up with from our Joe tonight. Of course, Joe won't see it that way. You did what? What you bleeding do? You gave it the dog. You've gone bloody mental, woman. And is this it? Have you finally gone round the pipe? Well, yes, Joseph, I rather think I have. Because I've finally gone loop the frickin' loop. And I have become crazy with joy. Because today, my lovely friend Jane has given me the opportunity of getting away for a fortnight. Joe, I am to travel to Greece with my companion, and our departure is less than 3 weeks hence, and we shall be vacationing for some 14 days. And now I must away, leaving you to savour your chips and your chucky egg, whilst I supervise the packing of my trunk. Our Brian was round before, you know, and I showed him the tickets, didn't I, Wall? And what did he say? He said, Mother, you know, you just go. Forget about my father. Forget about everything. Just get yourself on that plane and go. That's our Brian, you see. You want to do something, you just go and do it. Bugger the consequences. He's a nutcase, he is.